Eons ago, on a planet that was several multiverses away from Earth, a being was created in a lab. The being's name was Creation and Destruction, regardless of identity, also known as Cadroy. Cadroy did not want to be contained by foolish mortals, ones that couldn't fathom the power they were bringing into this world. Cadroy searched and searched until he finally found a planet with an advanced society of life, Earth. He landed in the ancient twin countries of New Hampshire and Vermont. He created a small circle of land that used to be a lake, brought humans from all over the world, of every age, gender, and background, and two other species called totates and gringlets. These two creatures were small and unintelligent and unimportant to the story. Being young and naive, he expected the humans to accept him. Instead, they wanted to kill him. They wanted his power. They desperately tried to kill him and harness his power. One man, named Gibson, started a movement that we accepted and tried to protect Cadroy. Cadroy wanted to make peace. He never wanted to kill humans. One day, Cadroy discovered a new spell. The magical goldfish, arguably the strongest spell ever. So powerful that not even a being as incredible as Cadroy could use twice. As long as they existed, peace would be maintained. The spell was so powerful that it left a field of powerful magic energy. Cadroy would seal all the magic in an orb. Everything was fine until... There were three boys, named Wands, Inirat, and Inetnom. They were mischievous fellows and in Gibson's group. One day, they stumbled upon a magical orb in the woods. Little did they know, this orb was created by Cadroy. It was full of his magic. They accidentally dropped the orb, causing a burst of energy, killing the goldfish. This brought Cadroy to their location, and it made him furious. He needed to punish them. He wanted to bring balance to the world. He would attempt to do so by creating a balance between knowledge, good, and evil. He would create three progenitors. He turned Wands into the first progenitor, Nos Sedag, living evil. He turned Inirat into the second progenitor, Russle, living power with knowledge, and finally he created the living good, which had yet to be given a name. Unfortunately, Cadroy didn't know what babies are, and the third progenitor was a baby. Because Russle was the second progenitor, it was morally neutral, and the third progenitor was helpless. Nosidog stole the orb and gained an alliance with Gibson. Meanwhile, Russle could make temporary, less powerful clones of himself. He called these projections. One day, Nosidog corrupted one of the projections by using the orb. This projection served him and was also pure evil. This act also took away Russle's projection powers from him. Now they had created something, a creature very familiar to the modern day. Russle was born, and Gibson's group was turned into a Russle. As for Russle, thousands of years later, he'd become Elder Russle. Gibson would find Russle and Wands on accident. Gibson questioned Cadroy after what he did to the three boys that were members of his group. Those took advantage of this and convinced Gibson that Cadroy wasn't the god they were supposed to worship, and it was actually Russle, and so the Russelists were formed. As for Cadroy, he would disappear. He would be seen as often as Bigfoot or the Loch Ness, becoming merely a legend. The Rustlers had his orb, and when Russell struck it, it would be the only time he'd be vaguely remembered. Some say that he lived in a mountain in Vermont. Others say he had left the planet, but among locals, he was remembered. Signs of him passing by once in a generation. Cadroy would be given a new name, a name more familiar in the modern day, a but he would know cadre anymore. He would instead be known as the final boss of New Hampshire.